This is the church I grew up in, and sometimes I love it and sometimes I don't, but I can't get away from it.
And we are we and they are the world, and we don't do things that way.
Mm-hmm. The church was as required and as much a part of my life as going to school was.
It's had a major effect on me. The church always has had an effect on me, particularly as I look at my core values.
I just love the Church of the Brethren. One of the reasons why I love it is because it started out, as I remember, 8 people that were trying to discern the mind of Christ for themselves.
And it's also interesting, the whole, what does it mean to be an ethnic Mennonite? I mean, the whole Anabaptist thing was that you come to the church as an adult decision, not that you're born into it. But
I have been changed by being part of the Mennonite church. For good or for bad, I can't get away from that, even if I wanted to.
The history back, all the way back to Europe, knowing the family lines, gave me a very rooted identity.
Mm-hmm. So I've been a part of a Mennonite congregation for 30 years now. And even though I wasn't born into a Mennonite church, I think that's enough to have some credentials.
I actually knew probably when I was about 7 or 8 years old that I didn't quite fit in with the norm.
Mom, I'm gay. Well, that was it. There wasn't another word about it for 5 years. And I assumed that at some point she told my dad.
There was no internal anxiety about identifying as LGBT. There was no internal anxiety about thinking, oh yeah, those are feelings of attraction that I have for some women.
Well, one really just sort of matter-of-fact reason to come out to the congregation all at once is so I could stop having the same damn conversation over and over.
It was killing me to not say something because I felt like I was lying by omission, by not telling them the truth about who their daughter was.
Being a planned person, I thought that I would write my coming out to them on index cards.
I had been prepared for these kinds of questions, and so I said, well, Mom, I know about my sexuality the same way you know about yours. I know that I'm attracted to men, and, you know, just like you know you're attracted to men. I'm not attracted to men, she said.
And I took out the note cards, and so it's like, Mom, Dad, Aaron. I'm gay.
Basically, everything changed when I came out.
And there was only one person who came and actually tried to cast the demons out of me at work.
Mm.
And he basically told me that he couldn't come with me, you know, if I chose to come out. I could stay and struggle in the marriage, but, and he still wanted to be friends. He wanted us to still get together, but I wasn't to talk about my new identity as an out gay person.
The more I could share with other people, the better I felt about myself, the stronger I felt about myself.
He stood up immediately and he said, then I can no longer be your pastor, and my wife can no longer come and babysit for you, which she had been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And once I came out, that just made that all go away. And basically I don't exist as far as the church is concerned, unless they want my money.
The pastor had told him that he went home from our house and had a funeral for me in the parsonage.
Wow.
A mock funeral.
And it's kind of ironic to me that that is the basis of my faith, and the basis of my faith because I grew up as a Mennonite, And now the church that I grew up with is not allowing me to have equality in the church.
But when we would go back into a meeting and there was a comment made or a statement made or something was said, they seemed to have lost their voice. That was a disappointment to me, but not a big surprise. To the conclusion that if I left, who would speak for me?
We are a peace people, and I think now more than ever, our voices need to be heard in that regard.
But because of my roots and because of my love for what I think the Church of the Brethren was and can be, I won't leave.
Oh, no, not another one of those gay Mennonite and proud t-shirts. Like he'd seen them all before, and he was, of course, kidding because there weren't any like that.
But after the 5 years, then Mom became an activist.
And my dad came to the mic and he said, I love both my sons, and I want the church to love them as much as I do. And the silence was broken.
We didn't have the internalized concept that we were banging our head against the church's wall or seeking acceptance from the church, but the external world thought that's what BMC was about.
I really appreciate the fact that the stories are being preserved because there's so much that we don't know about each other.
We worked so hard and we fought so hard for acceptance by the denomination, and we tried so hard to say this is an important issue because this is about who we are.
There are a lot of us here working to make sure it's getting better for you. And you're not alone. You don't have to just sit back and have no one else to work with or be with you.
This is about who we are, and we are here. You can't just ignore us. We're not going to go away.
We've made it better for you. Your job is to continue to make it better. And remember those who helped make it better for you.